know, people ask me, okay, you had a blank sheet of paper and you wanted to start robot fighting from the ground up. I would use the Brazilians. I'm a big believer in the education side. I love what they've done. They've brought this stuff out. They're a college program, university program. They come here every year. They bring like 30 people. They're fantastic. I mean, they build these great robots. They're extremely personable people. They're wonderful to be around. They party their asses off, which is cool. And they are very, very, very enthused about what goes on in the robot, inside the arena. I mean, when you hear the giant screaming and the pounding and everything goes on, you know the Brazilians are fighting. I mean, they're really great. They're a huge, huge asset to the sport. And if that model can take over the world with robot fighting, I'd be a happy boy.
Gary Jin is an interesting driver. He's a great competitor, and he's an interesting guy. I wouldn't want to play poker with him. It's really hard to read what's on his mind when he's doing it. He's the number one guy in the heavyweight category for a reason. He's always ready. He's always prepared. His robot always works like it's supposed to. You know, I can beat him. I've beat him several times, but he's so calm and so cool while he's driving. It's really hard to rattle his cage. And I'm usually pretty good at rattling people's cage, and I have a hard time with him.
TouroMax. I fought them last year. Having fought them last year, I built a wedge especially for them. My wedge is at an angle where I shouldn't be able to get hit by their disc so long as my wedge is in front of it. So I came here to beat him in 10 seconds, like he beat me last year.
Gary is an enigma. He's quiet. He doesn't say anything. All he does is drive his robot and beat you, and then he goes back and sits quietly. So I don't know what to say about Gary.
I think the Brazilian teams, they have a lot of energy. They're very fun to compete against, and it's just fun to watch their fights.
Yeah, I think they add a lot to the experience of being here. Culturally,
excitement-wise.
Yeah, they bring the excitement of a soccer match to robot fighting. Plus, they build really good robots.
They're really hard to beat.
And they've been building them for a while and improving and improving and improving on the same designs. So unlike us, who are here with a brand new bot and we don't really know how it's going to work, they know exactly how their robots are going to work and how well they're going to do.
Original Sin is a terrifying robot because it just has such a good track record and such a good driver. So I think that I would definitely go after his tires. If I remove him one by one, eventually he can't move anymore, and I think that would be the best way to beat him.
TouroMax is the Brazilians, the best, most loud robots. They are so powerful. They do everything they can to make their presence known, and whether it's holding up the entire competition so they can finish buttoning up their robot, which they were supposed to have buttoned up 30 minutes ago, to their exaggerated winning dances that they do after they have destroyed another robot. They are just the most powerful people.
Really, Gary Jin, I didn't like him because I couldn't beat him. He doesn't make mistakes, but he's very good at taking advantages of your mistakes in the arena. And outside the arena, he's quiet. But when you get to know him and you get in there, he's the funniest guy, one of the funniest guys I know. And he is just an utmost competitor. He will never die, but he's quiet, and I've always been told you got to worry about those quiet ones.
TouroMax, the bull from Brazil, driven by the fierce competitor Daniel. I don't know.
Gary's a terrific driver. I've watched video after video after video of him. He doesn't have any particular driving traits or anything like that. He's just a very good driver.
The Brazilians build very tough robots. They like to build spinners. They build vertical spinners, and these robots have insane RPMs. They know how to get the most out of a motor.
Gary with Original Sin is just a robot with a ton of power, and I actually have not talked to him, but I think that he is somebody to be feared with the amount of experience he has, winning the amount of medals he has.
So TouroMax would be a robot that I would definitely want to stay away from his weapon.
Original Sin is the most wedgy wedge, and I would expect to lose to him as well.
The Brazilians bring a lot of energy to the show. They're very focused and devoted, and rabidly devoted, actually. They're very, very excitable group. But they also bring a lot of fantastic engineering skills. It didn't take them long at all to go from interested in the sport to being one of the top players in the sport. They really focused a lot of energy, a lot of intellect, and a lot of time in bringing their game up really quickly. TouroMax is another tough machine. It's a drum that spins like crazy. It's got a lot of kinetic energy. I actually have the shorter S7 bar, built it specifically to fight TouroMax. And so far it's held up good. Their robots are always solid, and so you really got to smack them around for a while before you have a chance of beating them.
I really love Gary Jin. He's a very quiet guy, but inside that quiet guy, he's got this really biting, not nasty, but just knows how to nail the point, sense of humor, 4 words. It's the only 4 words he says in half an hour, and he's got you rolling on the ground laughing.
Winner medal roller games for me is a conquest to the major premier of the world, the robots. Yeah.
Not only does winning a gold medal mean that the event is over and you get to go home, it means that all the time, all the money, all the sweat you put into this game is finally paid off. And that's why we're all here.
The red square is ready. The blue square is ready. Ladies and gentlemen, what we have here is the final match between Toro and Original Sin. Fight, robots, fight! We're going to tie up the votes and determine who the winner is. All right, who do you think the winner is? Is it the purple robot of OriginalSin? Or is it the silver robot TouroMax? And the tally is in. You're the winner by judges' decision. 26-7 for TouroMax.
Woo! Okay, the nerves. This was your after last rites, now Toro.
Yeah, Toro twice in a day, last rites twice in a day.
He tossed you around like a pillow.
Yeah, yeah. You know, today was the first time we've had to fight the new Toro Maximus, and I guess we just weren't prepared for that.
It was interesting though. I know that the wedge didn't work earlier, so you stuck with the same front end that you used for last rites.
Well,
it seemed as though the cup design there, it did do a little better.
A little better, but the reason we kept that one on is that we didn't have enough time to swap it out, so we had to go with what we had on there.
Okay. If you could, do you think, learning experience and everything, if there was anything you could change, what do you think you would change, given the opportunity?
Yeah, we got to have something a little tougher for Toro Maximus.
Yeah.
And somehow got to get the bot moving quicker.
Yeah.
It seemed a little sluggish out there.
Yeah. It looked as though at one point there was a little smoke coming out of one of your rear wheel motors.
Yeah, batteries are probably toast.
It's been a long weekend.
Yeah, it has.
Well, silver medal.
Yeah.
So
cool.
that's really cool. You're medaling. You worked hard. You're going home with something.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Daniel, that was an awesome match.
Thank you.
I mean, there was no point where Gary was going to be able. You just kept hitting him and hitting him.
Yeah.
You lost your voice?
Yeah. I had a very difficult fight against Gary.
He's a good driver.
Yeah.
But you were driving really well in that.
Thank you, thank you. OriginalSin is a great robot. The special wedge.
They're just designed for you. Yeah.
And the objects he has from the corner, the flipper robots. But I was hitting.
And then you hit him, and then he flips, and then you hit him again. Dude, well, Daniel, I have to say, Toro Maximo, congratulations. You are the world champion, 2015 RoboGames gold medalist, heavyweight division.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Mas não teve nenhum maluco que parecia que ia perder.
Awesome! Congratulations. You did a good job.
Like 9, 8, 9.
2007, dobradinha lá e tímida.
Dobradinha muito leve. Cara, invicto, hein? Invicto, hein? Invicto.
Mas não teve nem maluco que parecia que ia perder.
Excuse me, please.
Você tava batendo o quê? Tá batendo 40%? Você tá batendo nem 40%. Bom, nunca vi perder 6 a 7.
Aí, Marcos, vamos pra levar o máximo do Brasil pra baixo. Agora tem que levar.
The bronze medal for the RoboGames 220-pound combat robot competition from the United States, Last Rides. The silver medal for the RoboGames 220-pound combat robot competition from the United States, OriginalSin. And the gold medal for the RoboGames 220-pound combat robot competition from Brazil, TouroMax.
Eu vou tirar e depois eu boto Nossa, ficou muito top essa foto.
Virando Ipirangas mais plácidas, e o povo heróico retumbante, e o sol da liberdade, raios fúlgidos, brilhou no céu da pátria nesse instante. Se o Senhor dessa igualdade conseguimos conquistar com braço forte, entre o seio, a liberdade, desafio nosso peito à própria morte. Ó pátria amada, idolatrada, salve, salve. Brasil de sonho intenso, raio brilho, de amor e de esperança a terra desce. Sem teu formoso céu risonho e límpido, a imagem do cruzeiro resplandece. Gigante pela própria natureza, és bela, és forte, impávido colosso, e o teu futuro espera essa beleza, terra dourada, entre outras ligas tu és tua pátria amada, os filhos deste sol és mão gentil, pátria amada, Brasil. Aê!
You get to go home now.